depending upon the water clarity and the depth of the lake that you fish, there's bass that use all depths pretty much all year long. There's some bass that live shallow most of the year. Some bass live in the mid depth. Some bass prefer deep water. Some bass prefer to suspend throughout the year. It's like people, people like to live in different, urban areas and country areas. The same with bass. They prefer different areas just based upon the individuality of the fish. If you're going to compete against the spotlighters, you have to focus on the shallow water fish all the time. You got to spend 100% of your time looking for those fish and developing the techniques and patterns to catch them. So that's the number one thing, is you can't worry about how people are catching fish deeper than 10 feet. You have got to say, okay, I'm going to focus on nothing but 5 or 10 feet of water or shallower. I'm going to concentrate on catching shallow bass around visible targets or around cover that doesn't require that technology. I can pretty much say, guys, probably 95% of the bass that I have caught in the last 2 years in tournaments, where I've done good in the tournaments, I didn't even need a depth finder on my boat. I was just fishing bank cover, so that's one thing you need to remember, is there's a lot of fish to be caught in shallow, visible cover. If you're going to do that, you have to maximize everything, because there's not as many fish shallow, and a lot of times those fish maybe are a little bit more spooky, but nevertheless, they're there to be caught. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to really educate yourself, and you have to become a master of the things that give you an advantage in shallow water, and that is your casting accuracy and your casting skills and your boat positioning. Guys, number one is don't ever underestimate the importance of casting accuracy and your boat position when fishing shallow water. You have got to master that. It's like, if you are not a really good caster, and if you're not really good on a trolling motor, the number of bass that you catch in shallow water is going to be greatly reduced. If you don't do anything else from this video or learn anything else from this video, practice your casting and practice getting good on the trolling motor. You're going to see the most consistent success increase by doing those two things than you will any other thing that I can tell you here, especially if you got some work to do in those areas. You may already be an excellent caster and a boat worker, so that's fine if you are. The second with that is you have to determine and you have to understand the particular mood and the personality of the bass on any given day. Because based upon the day, based upon a lot of different factors, the weather conditions and, how much activity or how much pressure a lake's getting, sometimes bass are in an active chasing mood and sometimes they're not. So one of the first things you have to do on any lake